All right, good Monday morning, everybody. Morning after Night of Champions, presented by the WWE. I think all in all, I thought it was a pretty good show. I was really surprised a lot of wrestling, uh, professional wrestling news sites, were criticizing the pay-per-view. I mean, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view, and it was better than average, and I rated about a 7 out of 10. I thought the show was somewhat very, appealing in a lot of aspects. Some of the outcomes I was a little shocked about, but anyway, we started the show off with the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos, against Gold and Stardust. And this was a match that pretty much played out the way that I thought it would. The Usos being champions since March of this year, and they went through the Wyatt family, getting the belts from the New Age Outlaws, and there really wasn't or isn't a lot of competition out there right now for the tag teams to face, but it was time. The high flying Usos brought us a lot of entertainment throughout their run when we did get a chance to see them, and their time came. And so Gold and Stardust are our new WWE Tag Team Champions. Up next, Sheamus versus Cesaro. Sheamus, our U.S. champion. This is a match that I was a little surprised about the outcome here. Um, the WWE has been trying to push Cesaro for quite some time, and this push comes to an abrupt halt every now and then they restart it. And I thought this time around that Cesaro was going to get this push and really, take that leap over that hurdle and move on a little further. It was a very good match, without a doubt. I enjoyed the match. A lot of good things happened in this match, but the Brogue Kick, of course, by Sheamus, uh, enough to knock anybody out, and it did in this match as well. Cesaro was shocked at his loss as Sheamus retained the United States title belt. Then we have our Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler, going up against The Miz, along with Damien Mizdow. Dolph Ziggler had his buddy at ringside, R. Ziggler, aka R Truth. Um, this match has all the makings to be a very good wrestling match, and this is a match which I honestly thought that Dolph Ziggler was going to retain. The WWE decided to start pushing Dolph Ziggler once again, and the fans are reacting to this quite well. They're all pleased that Ziggler's there as their Intercontinental Champion. So I said to myself, there's no way Ziggler's going to lose this match. I mean, there's really no need for The Miz really to get this belt. But again, another swap. It was sort of surprising for me that The Miz ended up defeating Dolph Ziggler. I'm not sure where this is leading to, but I was disappointed in the WWE by having The Miz take out Ziggler. I thought Ziggler could have had a better run, and I was hoping Ziggler, with the Intercontinental title, would get himself into the mainstream of the main events with the WWE World Heavyweight title belt, but it wasn't to be on this given night. But all in all, not a bad match, I must say. Anybody listen to Lillian Garcia sing? She sang the national anthem last night. This woman has a superb singing voice. I've always liked Lillian Garcia ever since she's been in the WWE. The woman can belt out a tune, and she did it last night with the national anthem. Congratulations, Lillian. You have just a beautiful, beautiful voice. As she sang the national anthem, um, we saw Mark Henry in the ring with tears streaming down his cheeks as he was going up against Rusev along with Lana uh, to, you know, get the prestige of the United States back into the picture, whereas Rusev has sort of taken a lot of that away from us here in the wrestling world by defeating Jack Swagger on a number of occasions. His feud with Mark Henry, leading up to the fact that there was a pretty good build up there. Um, and I know the WWE is insistent and persistent on pushing Rusev, but I thought on this given night that Mark Henry was going to overcome the odds for the United States and was going to defeat Rusev in a pretty good match. I mean, Mark Henry got wailed into the ring post with his back, and I think that changed the title opportunity, not the title, but the opportunity for Mark Henry to really come out on top of this match. But Rusev was too powerful in the end, and Mark Henry had to submit. And of course, if you listen to JBL, oh, he disappointed the United States, he disappointed the 318 million people and whatnot. Uh, the issue is the WWE is pushing Rusev. We just have to wait and see where Rusev goes from here. But to me, all in all, it wasn't a bad match. I really enjoyed it. And I like the emotional intensity from Mark Henry when, Lillian Garcia was singing the United States national anthem. I thought it was awesome. So we move on, and so far the show really wasn't all that bad, and I'd have to say things were looking up. Seth Rollins cut a promo, and he was really putting down Roman Reigns for the simple fact, um, he's belittling Roman, saying, "Oh, you can't be here in this match because you're having a little surgery and whatnot." So they had to really sort of fill in some time, and it wasn't a bad promo. And as expected, Dean Ambrose showed up and really went after Seth Rollins and really took it to Seth Rollins, which I thought maybe they would have a normal match, but they didn't. Triple H and Stephanie came out to make sure, security got involved. They didn't want to get their little Seth Rollins hurt by any means on this given night. And so it was good to see Dean Ambrose fill the void of Roman Reigns. And we also saw a promo of Roman Reigns in the hospital, which was, sort of disheartening to see a guy that was being pushed so hard in the WWE and had this major setback, as much like Daniel Bryan did uh, in the recent past. So coming up, Y2J, Chris Jericho against the Viper, Randy Orton, which I thought this match was the best match of the night. I thought this match was clearly uh, the one that stole the show. Uh, as we all know, Chris Jericho can really entertain the fans, and Randy Orton, we all know the talents that he has within the ring. Um, Randy Orton at times can be very, very boring and stale, as he has been on a lot of house shows. But you get Randy Orton on a pay-per-view or on a Monday Night Raw, and Randy Orton definitely delivers, and he did on this given night at Night of Champions. He and Chris Jericho put on an event that left us sort of speechless. Unfortunately, Chris Jericho is leaving again to go back with the band. But I'll tell you, Chris Jericho's stay here in the WWE this time around um, was very, very eventful. Um, he was involved in a lot of good matches with Bray Wyatt and as well with Randy Orton. And it was never a dull moment while Chris Jericho was around. So I really enjoyed this match. When Chris Jericho towards the end of this match was gonna leap off the the top rope, I knew what was coming. I knew Randy Orton was gonna do that flying RKO and end up winning this match. But with it all being said and it all being done that way, I was very pleased with the match because they entertained us to no end. So I really enjoyed that. Then we have the Divas champion Paige against AJ Lee and Nikki Bella. This match actually had a little bit of time, and I was really pleased with this match as well. Um, Paige, that little craziness that she has, AJ Lee, she has that little innocent look that can turn evil in a heartbeat. Uh, Nikki Bella trying to make her mark um, and make herself worthy of going after the WWE Divas title. And on many different occasions throughout this match, any one of them could have got the pinfall on the other. But I'll tell you one thing, I was very, very surprised that AJ Lee won this belt back. And of course, we all heard the CM Punk chants in the background, which every time AJ comes out, that's what we hear nowadays. But a good match. I'm just not sure what's going on with the swapping back and forth of the Divas belt between AJ and Paige. I do see somewhere down the road that Nikki Bella is going to get this belt, and I see this setting up for a major matchup with her sister Brie, whether it be at one of the um, upcoming major pay-per-views or maybe they'll wait for WrestleMania. But a pretty good match all in all, which leads us up to the main event. Our champion, our WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar against John Cena, who said he would not uh, get beat down like he did the last time at SummerSlam. Early on in this match, Cena put on the attack, but Brock Lesnar seemed to control John Cena for the most part. And you might have thought that, oh, here we go again. Cena's going to get dominated in this match. I, for one, did not think this was going to happen. I knew Cena was going to pose some offense in this match, and he certainly did. John Cena put on a great showing in this match against Brock Lesnar. Elbows to the face. He bloodied Brock Lesnar's nose. Lesnar had some puppy eyes when it was all said and done. It, attitude adjustment after attitude adjustment. Lesnar was in the uh, the STF by John Cena on like 3 or 4 different occasions, uh, reaching for the ropes, um, and Cena dragging him back into the middle of the ring. Cena, fortunately, with all the Kimura locks that Lesnar put on him, was so close to the ring ropes he was able to get out. And there was one point where Cena was on the mat. Lesnar had him in the Kimura lock, and Cena, with all that power and strength, just lifted Brock Lesnar right up. Right from a sit down position, Cena got up, holding on to Lesnar, and that power lifted up Brock Lesnar. That is totally amazing how anybody can really do that. It just shows you how strong and how powerful you are. Cena put on a great show last night, and I give credit for Brock Lesnar for going along with the way this was choreographed. Um, and it got down to the point where it did look like Brock Lesnar was going to tap out to John Cena until all of a sudden here comes Seth Rollins running into the ring with his briefcase, nailing John Cena, getting him out of that picture, and immediately the ref called for the bell and disqualified the match and awarding the match via DQ to John Cena, which I had no problem with the way this match ended. Um, I didn't think John was going to win it, but I knew he was going to put on a good show. But what this match actually did was you saw after Cena got knocked out of the ring that Seth Rollins slowly turned his head towards Brock Lesnar. Um, he went to cash in the briefcase. He had Lesnar right where he wanted. Um, Rollins was going to go in and make the pin. John came back into the ring, thwarted that, chased Rollins out of the ring, and left everybody sitting there wondering what happened. But what this does, I believe, will lead up to a triple threat match at Hell in a Cell between Rollins, Lesnar, and Cena, because I don't think anybody wants to see a one-on-one with Cena and Lesnar once again. It also could lead up with a feud with Seth Rollins with John Cena later on, and it opens the doors for Rollins and Brock Lesnar as well. So it opens up some variables here um, for the champion Brock Lesnar in the near future, and as well for John Cena. And it puts Seth Rollins in the main event picture. Now, tomorrow night, or actually, I should say tonight on Raw, I'm wondering what's going to happen there. Will there be some dissension between Heyman and Lesnar and the Authority? Um, could this actually, lead up to where John Cena is going to come out and say, "Hey, you didn't beat me, Brock," one more time, and the Authority is going to come out and because of what Seth Rollins did, last night. The Authority is going to make it a triple threat match at Hell in a Cell. That's what I truly believe, and I think that would be best for business. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a phenomenal match. And like I said, it opens the doors for Rollins and Cena feud or a Rollins and Lesnar feud. It gives a reason um, for Brock Lesnar to have another opponent, and it's time for some of these younger guys to get involved in the main event, as did Seth Rollins last night. So I thought it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. Um, you know, that's my opinion. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else's. So let me know. This is the Iceman on this Monday. Peace out, everybody, and enjoy Raw tonight.